What's up guys, it's TNB Productions and we are back with another video. Today we will find out how the NFL's greatest wide receiver of all time would hold up in today's league. Jerry Rice was a huge part of the old San Francisco 49ers dynasty. In a much more pass-happy league today, we will find out how Jerry Rice would do if he was in the upcoming draft class and spent his entire career in the modern NFL. This is what if Jerry Rice played in the modern NFL. There's like Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, and the absolute speed demon in Henry Ruggs all in the same wide receiver draft class. Yeah, it's stacked, but imagine this draft class plus the greatest to ever play the position. Not many debate that Jerry Rice is the greatest wide receiver in NFL history, and let's start off by looking at his early life. Jerry Rice was born in Starkville, Mississippi, and grew up in Crawford, Mississippi. He attended B.L. Moore High in Oktok, Mississippi, and his mother did not allow him to play high school football in his freshman year. Legend has it that he only got on the team when his principal caught Jerry being absent from school very frequently, and when he went to confront Jerry Rice, he sprinted away. The principal told the school's football coach about Jerry's speed, and he was immediately offered a space on the team. He managed to gain the nickname World because of his ability to catch anything near him. In his freshman season, Rice caught 66 passes for 1,133 yards and 7 touchdowns in his 50 and was named a first-team Division I All-American. He even set a single-game NCAA senior year. Rice somehow managed to do even better, racking up 112 receptions, 1,845 yards, and 27 touchdowns, breaking his own NCAA records. And then, of course, the pros. His standout college performance granted him to be a first-round selection in the 1985 NFL Draft, going to the San Francisco 49ers with the 16th overall pick, and spent most of his career in San Francisco, but also played for the Raiders, Seahawks, and also a short stint with the Denver Broncos before hanging up his cleats. He retired with countless NFL records, and is widely regarded to be the greatest wide receiver to ever step foot on a football field. But of course, in today's simulation, all of that is wiped out of existence as he is now a member of the 2020 NFL Draft class. In my simulation, I have Jerry Rice falling to the Oakland Raiders with the 12th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, ahead of guys like Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb. He made an immediate impact in his rookie season to the Raiders' below-average receiving corps and racked up 79 receptions for 1,331 yards and 9 touchdowns, averaging 16.8 yards per reception, winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. He was an absolute stud, but on a terrible receiving corps with not much receiver help. If you look at the stats, his next best receiver was also a rookie, Tariq Black, who had 55 receptions for 615 yards and only 4 touchdowns, averaging 11.2 yards per reception. So, his rookie season was a success, at least individually. In his sophomore season, he continued his success, posting 77 receptions for 1,257 yards and 9 touchdowns again. Jerry's junior season was cut short due to a groin injury, but during the 10 games in which he played, he managed to still get 67 receptions for 976 yards and 5 touchdowns. Even with all of this success, the Raiders never were able to reach past the first round of the NFL playoffs. He made 4 Pro Bowls in his 5 seasons with the Oakland Raiders. The only one which he missed was the season in which he missed part of the season due to a groin injury. His total stats with the Raiders would be 450 receptions for 5,679 yards and 48 touchdowns. With 0 team success, let's skip forward to his first experience as an NFL free agent after his fifth year, as of course the Raiders picked up his fifth-year option. In his free agency, he received offers from the San Francisco 49ers, who were desperate for receiver help, from the Oakland Raiders, who obviously wanted to re-sign their star receiver, and from the Baltimore Ravens, who were also desperate for receiver help. In the end, wouldn't you know it, he signed a one-year deal with the San Francisco 49ers and was able to win a Super Bowl with them that year, enjoying his best season so far with 82 receptions for 1,752 yards and a whopping 18 receiving touchdowns. After the year ended, he decided to move on to the Dallas Cowboys on a 5-year contract, forming an absolutely lethal wide receiver core of Jerry Rice, Amari Cooper, and Michael Gallup. Statistically, his production took a slight hit. However, during this 5-year contract with the Cowboys, that deadly offense carried the team to 4 Super Bowl appearances and 3 Super Bowl victories during that time. As a Cowboys fan, it's nice to see that there is some alternate universe where my team can win games. During these 5 years with the Cowboys, he totaled over 400 receptions, over 5,500 receiving yards, and over 50 touchdowns. In this scenario, his years with the Cowboys would mark his prime, and I'm not talking about statistically, I'm talking about contributing to titles, wins, and more importantly, championships. He would re-sign with the Cowboys on a 3-year deal and would win yet another Super Bowl, which in that season he would rack up 123 receptions for 1,882 yards and 15 touchdowns, finishing as the NFL MVP and Super Bowl MVP for that season. He would continue similar production for the next 2 years with the Cowboys, but they would not make another Super Bowl with him again. 14 seasons into his NFL career, with 5 Super Bowl victories, an NFL MVP, and surprisingly, only 1 Super Bowl MVP, he would move on from the Dallas Cowboys and return to the San Francisco 49ers on a 4-year deal. There, he would produce over 350 receptions for over 4,000 yards and over 40 touchdowns. He would win one more championship in the second year of his contract there, tying Tom Brady for the most Super Bowl wins by any player in NFL history. Before retiring, he would go to the Baltimore Ravens on another 4-year deal to team up with a fellow great from his draft class in Jerry Jeudy, which forms an incredibly smart, experienced, and dynamic wide receiver duo for their first year together. They both combined for 185 receptions for 1,985 receiving yards and 17 touchdowns. In his age 41 season, following the 2038 season, Jerry Rice would decide to hang up his cleats, ending his career arguably even better than his first career. He would finish his career with 1,658 receptions, 23,392 yards, and 212 receiving touchdowns, breaking his own records, making him the greatest wide receiver of all time, even if he played in today's era. With a much more pass-happy game today, the wide receiver position is increasing its value slowly, and I thought it would be cool to bring back the greatest player to ever play the position to this era to see how well he would do. With Jerry Rice, he was just so great and so dominant that it really did not matter what era he was playing in. Rice was just that good. At the end of the day, not many people can put themselves in the same conversation as Jerry, and that is for good reason. So, with all that being said, who is your favorite wide receiver of all time and why? Don't forget to comment down below, like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, turn on notifications, and share it with your friends. Until next time, it has been T&B Productions, and we are out.